Everyone knows that mystical events, by nature, most often occur with the involvement of humans. Partly it is possible to agree with this because who else, if not people, can tell about these events afterwards? But sometimes there are cases where wild animals act as natural catalysts, provoking these very situations. In this story, the main character had to rethink his attitude to the supernatural and witness at first hand that miracles exist. It happened on one of the transport highways in eastern Siberia. It was a warm summer day, and a resident of a village lost at the edge of geography woke up to the alarming cry of his wife. The fact was that the woman was carrying his child under her heart. From one day to another, the expecting mother was going to go to the district center in order to wait for the deadline set by the doctors in the maternity ward. But as is usually the case, the young people put off the visit and postponed the painful moment of separation. But this morning, it became clear to them that delay was no longer an option. The man started up his old SUV and, after making his wife comfortable on the back seat, headed off in the direction of the highway. The young man managed to drive only 3 kilometers away from the village when suddenly he noticed a shapeless boulder lying on the road. At this point, the forest was almost closely adjoined to the highway, and the guy simply could not bypass the mysterious object. But when the driver slowed down and got out of the car, a cold sweat ran down his back. The reason was that there was a huge bear on the road. However, the predator did not appear to be injured or sick at all. Not knowing what to do in this situation, he stood hesitantly near the car. In the meantime, the bear, grunting, got up on his paws, came closer, and looked the young man in the eyes. But after a few seconds of indecision, he carefully took a loaf of bread, lying on the front seat, and threw it to the bear. As if reluctantly, the bear sniffed the treat, and then, unhurriedly, began to eat. The guy noticed that the forest beast was not hungry, and that was not the reason why the bear had come out on the road. When the bear had eaten all the bread, it shook its head strangely and came down to the roadside, as if to clear the way. With a sigh of relief, the guy got behind the wheel and drove in the direction of the district center. He had driven no more than a kilometer when he saw something that made his hands tremble and his forehead sweat. The fact was that on this section of the highway, a few minutes before, there had been an accident with several other drivers. It had been caused by a large cargo trailer with a broken flatbed, which had been driven across the road because the front wheel had been punctured, causing a clash of several vehicles. Unfortunately, the speed of the cars was too fast, and one of the drivers died of his injuries immediately. However, our character made it to the district center, even though he thought about the mysterious encounter with the bear on the highway all the way there. He thought that it was not accidental, and that the bear had stopped the car because he knew something or had a premonition. Of course, none of the relatives of the young family believed in the incident, considering it a mere coincidence. But neither the young man nor his wife thought so, and when the next day the happy couple had their first child, they named him Mikhail, in honor of the guardian angel who appeared to them in the form of a wild beast. Subsequently, the man traveled this stretch of road many times, but never once noticed, not the slightest hint of the presence of a bear. Most likely, it was just a coincidence, and the bear knew nothing of the coming tragedy. But on the other hand, not all events in the world lend themselves to logical explanation. And if the guy had not stopped near the bear, he certainly would have had an accident with his pregnant wife. And in that case, God only knows how it would have ended in the end. Friends, if you liked this mystical story, like it, write your comments, and share this video with your friends. Bye!